Hey guys, it's Elle.
It's your life.
Come join us.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Age of new beginnings. Make it beautiful.
Come on. That's what we do here.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful.
Come on. That's what we do here.
Hi, I'm Elle, and we're here with Age of New Beginnings, and I'm here with Theresa. Theresa is sensational. You really are.
Thank you.
You know, at Age of New Beginnings, we teach different classes about intuitive consciousness, about law of attraction, and Theresa was really coming originally to connect to that aspect of herself. Mm-hmm. And we just met, but I feel like I know her forever.
I know, we've had so much fun.
It is. But I know the important part of tonight with the Age of New Beginnings is that I know how many people can connect to where you are. Connect where you have a sense of there's more. You have a sense of really starting to taste trusting your intuitive aspects. Mm-hmm. Also, like we were talking before about the manifestation.
Right.
Yes,
I'm noticing that now. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, if you can share more about that. We were talking earlier about the law of attraction. So when you speak something into your reality. So when you speak it and you were doing another aspect of it and it was like happening over and over, which was like pretty mind-blowing for you, right?
Yes, it was.
So
It was
kind of share
actually.
what was happening at work.
Oh, okay. Well, we have this like little gambling thing, but it's a box that goes around, and everyone puts $1 in. I work in a big office, and there was about usually 100 people that put in money, and every payday $1. And there were people who had worked there for 30 years, have never won a single day of Lucky Bucks, and I've been there almost 9 years, and I've won 9 times, and at first, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, and then I realized what I was actually doing was making that happen, and not noticing it till recently, because I was in a different place years ago. But I imagine winning every time.
All right,
and
so you were visualizing it.
Right, I would visualize it. And this last time that I won, I was conscious of doing it, which most times I wasn't.
Right.
This time I was actually conscious of doing it. I pictured myself winning. I actually felt the feeling that you would feel if I won, and I pictured the girl calling me, telling me I won, the whole thing. It's like a story that I just put in my head, and I felt it, like it actually happened. And when that phone rang, I actually was so excited that it happened more than winning the $140 that I won.
Right, which wasn't shabby either. But it was the coolest thing to know that you manifested that reality, mm-hmm. and to know that you can do that.
Right.
That's exquisite.
And most times, all the other times, I was like, oh, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. And after a while, you're like, these aren't just coincidences.
No, they're not.
No,
they're so not. The more you understand law of attraction, the more you understand the essence of whatever you say, you're speaking into your reality. Mm-hmm. So it's your thoughts, what you say, and your actions that create that reality.
And feeling.
Yeah.
And the way you feel, too.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You got to be careful.
Well, that's your actions. You're feeling, you're sensing, you're visualizing.
Right.
You're...
This is a new thing. I mean, I've been like trying to learn as much as I can, but this is like my new thing now that I'm like really
owning your stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Which is great. Yeah. And what I thought was delicious is, in our life we learn from our kids. Mm-hmm. I mean, we teach them, we try to show them the right way, we lead them in certain directions. But what was wild is, I guess you were saying 2009.
Around that time, yeah.
You didn't intuitive consciousness.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was Catholic, and I believed that there's a higher power, but I had no connection with any higher power. Like, I would go see a priest and all that business, and there was nothing.
There was no that feeling of feeling at peace
Yeah,
or feeling that connection.
Right, that I wasn't alone. Like most of the time I was on earth alone, and God's up there somewhere. Like I guess but
That's what
has
we heard.
changed. Yeah.
Yes. Heard something about that.
Yeah.
No.
And I didn't believe. I wasn't sure about spirits coming.
Right.
Like you heard about it, and then I'd go to psychics, and I was that person who sat there and like prove to me like that you're real kind of thing.
Walls up kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the walls up, and I would want to believe it. I really
Sure.
wanted to, but I
Right.
knew that it was a part of me that you have to say something to make me believe you.
Right.
Until my daughter, until I found out my daughter was seeing them and
Connecting with spirits.
connecting with spirit. Yes, but
Which
she was nervous.
beautiful. Yeah.
She was nervous
In the beginning, sure.
and not wanting to admit it. And then when she finally did, it was like, how can I not believe this now?
Yeah.
how
No.
can you not
You
believe
want to encourage your daughter. You want her to feel
Yeah.
good about where she is and what she's feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you were able to embrace it at that point.
Yes.
And then you started dabbling a little more.
Yeah, that's when everything started getting rolling, and I started noticing just changes in my life. I started the people I was connected with changed. My feelings about spirituality changed. I started actually looking into astrology. I thought I was like really drawn to that, and I don't know. That's where it kind of started. And my oldest daughter was, hearing them, speaking with them, and my little one hasn't yet. She wants to, but it's just something that she hasn't tapped into yet.
When you speak about a lot of people, they do start dabbling with astrology. It's like, all right, when's my sign? When was I born? Let's check out what today looks like. Let's see if it's in alignment with what I'm really feeling. Mm-hmm. And we start to, little by little, kind of find what feels right. Mm-hmm. Does the astrology really align with where I am, how I feel? Then you had mentioned that you got into numerology, and that numerology was like your thing to within spirituality, to understand you were on point. That was like your validation. That was your sign.
My synchronicities, my signs,
Yeah.
I saw them. I saw numbers and everything, and I really hated math in school. I'm not a math person, but numbers. I quit math in 10th grade. I did not like math, and then I took a test for the county, and I'm in accounting. Like, I hate math. I'm in accounting.
Right.
And then now these numbers come up. I'm like, why do you have me doing numbers? I hate numbers. But that's just how Spirit talks to me in numbers, and I'm not an expert at it at all.
But yet, when you see it, it gives you a sense of peace.
Right.
It gives you that sense of, all right, thank you.
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah.
And at first I doubted it. I'm like, it's just me and my thoughts. But then it kept on happening so frequently.
Right.
And sometimes, the signs would be like ridiculous. Like
it was
right
shouting
in my face.
at you.
Yeah,
shouting
like
at
a
you.
license plate would say something like, come on, get it. It's there. I'd be like, okay, all right, that's a big now.
And if you don't mind me mentioning, you had said something about you going through shifts in relationships, like in your own personal relationship. Like, in other words, the relationship you had prior to, you were in it a long time. You had beautiful children. It was a great thing until you started losing the sense of who you were. Mm-hmm. And when you felt like at a point in your life where you weren't able to make decisions, you felt like you were lost. It was all about.
And he wasn't a mean or nasty person. He wasn't a bad guy.
Right,
it's just that there was something, like this connection. We were like here. Like there was something in between us that it just was not working.
It wasn't in sync anymore.
No. Yeah. And that was meant to happen, or else I would never be where I am right now.
Right.
We had to separate. We had to break it off because I wouldn't have moved on and found myself. I would just continue to do the same things over and over again and playing this. I was playing a role. I was playing the mom and the wife and trying to fit into his world. I wasn't like, I had no world.
There was
of
no
my own.
identity of yourself.
No.
Right. And I think so many women can really identify with that. Mm-hmm. They can really find that they try to be the perfect wife, the perfect mom, how things should be, how things should look.
And they even try to convince themselves that they like it, that they're
happy
doing it. I love doing this.
Oh, yes.
Well, I used to say that too. I love doing this.
Right.
But when I really actually now look at myself, I didn't love any part of that. I loved my ex I loved him because I love everyone.
Sure,
but,
right, of
and I
course.
still love him.
Of course,
we're still
without a doubt.
friends.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. There was no feeling really behind it. You definitely when I'm learning now that
Right.
there's a feeling that you get when you know that something is
Right.
for you.
Yeah.
Like you get this just like burning desire for it.
Absolutely.
Where the other things I just force myself to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're going through the motions.
Yeah.
And so what was wild, like you had said, that your life was like a roller coaster, you know? And I think,
Crazy one.
yeah, which I feel a lot of people can also identify with, you know, because life is the ups and the downs and the all arounds. But when you start to get off that ride, to feel like you're safe and you're where you want to be, you know what I mean? Where you start to find, you know what, this is where I was, and I'm really liking where I am now.
Right.
And we had talked earlier about this being the year of, 2018, that add the 2 and the 8 and the 1, it all adds up to an 11.
Yes.
And the 11 aspect was the idea of really owning self, being okay with saying I'm beautiful. Like we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really being okay with your needs being met. And understanding what those needs.
Slightly selfish. It's okay to like slightly be like just want to make yourself happy.
But you're supposed to be happy.
Right.
That, to me, it's like everybody.
But everyone tells us as mothers we
to make everybody else happy.
Right. We're taught to do that, but really, you're just making your daughters do what you do, and they're gonna feel that
they're gonna learn the same patterns,
yeah,
not to be able to honor themselves enough to appreciate,
fall into relationships
enjoy life.
that aren't working. I lucked out that my husband was a decent person.
Yes.
And that we still can be friends, but there are a lot of women who go into these relationships like, I don't want my daughters to go into these relationships to please a man and then take the abuse.
Right. No. I don't see them being that way, especially them being so gifted. We're talking about your daughter, and when we were saying a wild child, we weren't meaning that she was out of control. We were just meaning that she's doing what makes her happy. Because not everybody can do that 9-to-5 thing and have somebody looking over your shoulder and dictating different things. And she's not a kind of young lady that wants to live life on her own terms, whether it's dance, whether it's acting, whether it's,
right.
I
just want her to do it in a healthy way, and
she's having fun with it.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like I said, that we grow from our children as well. We guide them, we teach them, but yet, when
they
you
definitely teach me.
Yeah,
To give them credit,
Yeah.
They came here too
a little bit
for a reason.
for a reason. They did.
Yeah.
It's all divinely. What do you call it? I was thinking about what you were saying earlier. You were saying, we were talking about soulmates, and we were talking about different things, and you had said that there was something that really triggered something within you that really made you things shift.
There was a person I met that that just gave me this spark inside, and that changed how I felt about so many different things on all levels. It taught me to open up my mind to certain things. It taught me to not judge people. It taught me to be compassionate, and it taught me to let people be, not be jealous. It taught me so many things. It's just meeting this person, and it sent me on a trip. It was on that roller coaster, like I was on that rock and roller coaster at Disney. I'm now on It's a Small World. Like I'm actually doing much better,
Good. I love that.
It's more like it's calm now, but at that moment,
it was a very emotional time.
It was
for
very
you.
emotional. Very. There were times when I was very hurt, and not by him, by just people in general. There were things that happened that it was crazy.
I think that when we're a mom and we're doing what we think in the original relationship, that we're supposed to come across a certain way, and you care so much about what people think because you're projecting this image of being the mom or being the wife. And when people aren't always accepting your change or accepting, honoring you, that it can feel
Isolating.
yeah.
Alone. Yeah.
And I think that was the deepest part of that roller coaster of like,
Yeah. And you question
ooh,
yourself.
I'm getting chills on
You
that
do.
one.
You question
do.
yourself. You're
Right.
like, am I crazy? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everyone else is right and I'm wrong. And you're constantly questioning self.
Right.
And it's supposed to be that way. You're supposed to
Yeah.
constantly question, because you're eventually going to come to a point where you're going to own yourself. You're like, wait a minute. No, I'm right, because it's me and
That's
that's how
right.
I feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the essence of soulmates and people coming to your life, like in other words, your husband was in your life for a reason. This particular individual came into your life, also came into your life to teach you different things. And some soulmates are just meant to come in for that synchronicity to help you transition into another aspect of who you are.
Right. To
You
work
know?
out karma and for you to heal on certain things, maybe from,
Right.
from this time on earth. Or
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do past life aggression. You said you went through a couple of past life aggressions. And with past life aggressions, when you do experience those, you realize in those past lives that the same patterns keep happening. See, to me, people go, oh, what's my life purpose? My life purpose is to be happy. And most people don't get that. That they want to make it deeper. They want to do
I
this.
didn't get
They want
it
to do
either
that.
for a bit.
And when you start, like in this year of an 11, it's gone through so many different phases. And like right now, we're going through the fall eclipse. We're going through the full moon in Aries. We're going through
Venus retrograde. Venus.
so much. Yeah. And they
Scorpio.
say that the Mars moon aspect right now, that male intensity is making us go through feeling of frustration and anger and all these different feelings. And I think that the only way you're able to shift is you have to get really uncomfortable. Because if you stay, all right, I can deal with this.
Yeah, that's the only way you can change.
Exactly. So this is a really powerful time to kind of, with the full moon, what do I want to create in my life right now? What am I ready to let go of? And then get the new moon, or what I'm ready to bring in, and going through that flow of energy of growing and evolving and finding what feels good, like dipping your toe in. It's like, oh, yeah, I think I like where I am right now, you know?
I was actually afraid, for a while I was afraid of the full moons. I'm just like, I don't want to let go of anything. I was so, I wanted to hold on to everything.
Oh, I can
It was
identify because we
scary.
both have similar things.
Yeah.
Because we both like our stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a stuffaholic.
Yeah.
I
like
love
things.
my stuff. I pocketbooks and clothes and shoes, and I love stuff.
Yeah. I just don't.
It's my mood. It's how I feel.
I
It's
put
what
like a feeling on everything. I'm like, oh, well, I had this one. I have to keep it because it reminds me of something important, and I hold on to things. 'cause
Yeah, I know.
I feel they're important, but really,
We're meant to let it go.
Yeah.
We're meant to free ourselves from the things
you
that
can't
hold.
move. Can't move. Like,
Right.
If you
And
can't
you
afford
can't
it,
bring
you can't
in
move in your house, right?
You can't bring more stuff in. My husband goes,
Right.
if you're going to bring something in, you got to let go of something. I'm like,
Right. Same thing. Right.
I just kind of like make it work.
Yeah.
What makes it work for me, not for everybody else. I'm happy. But
Stuff in the closet.
oh, do I have closets and closets and closets and closets? I think lots of closets. But
You'd love
the-
my daughter then.
I love it all. But I guess the point is not that it's a good thing to hold on to. But it's like when we're going through these different transitional stages, we have to find that one thing that keeps us feeling comfortable, that keeps us feeling safe, or fill that void that's not really being fed. So it makes you feel good. So it makes you feel good about that memory and makes you feel good. It's like, oh, I put this on. I like the way this, oh, I'm not wearing that. But that feels good.
Right. Like all the things that don't make you feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are things that, if it makes you feel good, that's the best thing. That's, I've learned that change is good now, which like Saturn I couldn't stand for the longest time because it's hard. It was hard to go through those certain things.
Right, it is.
But you come out of it like feeling better.
You do.
You know.
And then now we find new comfort things, like you find new stones, like you got the rose quartz pendulum, and you got
I think my daughter bought that for me.
which is beautiful. And you know what rose quartz is about, right?
Self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah.
This year, baby. and then the turquoise is a beautiful grounding, as well as speaking your truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
it's a
what
color.
it is. It's showing you truth. It shows you truth. Yeah.
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 So I love the transitions you made, and I'm excited that by the end of our convo, you're going to start really seeing the power. In other words, you see it already manifesting with the law of attraction. But if I can help you release and let go of the word trying,
Oh yeah.
because you know what trying does.
Someone else told me that too.
It gives you more trying. Or if you say, I want to be happy. Well, you know what? God's going to keep, God hears wanting. You want that? I'll keep you wanting it.
Right. Yes. I did learn that.
Right.
Yeah, it was one of the things I remember hearing.
Yeah. If you also read the Conversations with God, in that book, it also explains a lot about speaking and creating your truth. You know, and so when I speak, I try to be conscious to not say trying, not say wanting, but to say I am. I am happy. I am
It
doing
is
it.
already happening.
It is. It's an
already
emotion.
there,
It's
right.
already going.
Like you already have it.
Yeah, it's like you're going down that roller coaster and it's already moving in that
Right,
direction.
right,
Yeah,
right.
and it's getting stronger and better.
Right.
Yes, each and every moment. Yeah. If you can go to another scenario and try to go back a little bit more in time. 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 8, 9. And what pops into your mind?
I think it was definitely Catholic school, so it was grade school. It was either 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I was there 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, so I would say those years.
Mm-hmm.
And the situations that come to mind are uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with the males,
Mm-hmm.
and the way I didn't like the idea of them looking at me or in a certain way or touching me. I just felt like they were I don't know, I can't explain it.
No, I hear what
Like it's like dirtiness. Like I didn't like that. I didn't even like them saying they liked me, like in any way. Like a predator. Like I felt like they were predators.
Right. How do you feel today about that?
Now?
Yeah. Do you think that in any way, I know that,
I still don't like men looking at me. I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah. And not that I'm certain, I guess it's certain men, when I feel them around me, I can sense that it's an outer, they're looking at my outer, and it bothers me.
so I think that from a child you've always been sensitive.
I think it bothered, I think probably those negative feelings maybe stuck with me, whereas I maybe turned everything off. I don't know.
Well, now when you say everything off, what do you sense that is turned off?
My knowing, like now I'm trying to embrace it, but it's almost like I blocked it because I didn't want to feel those feelings, those strong feelings from other people. Because it was a lot of pain, because I could feel people's pain, and I could feel their dirtiness. Some of them, their not good intention. So if you turn it off and not feel, and be superficial and only feel it, and then just, I don't know.
So if you can you allow yourself to connect to that little girl? That little 8-year-old, because that's what I kept hearing was 8. And can you tell that little 8-year-old that you grew up to a beautiful, sensational mom that has beautiful, incredible girls? And that now that sensitivity is actually a gift. And it was a gift back then because it helped you realize on who you should be around and who you shouldn't be around. But now as an adult, you're going to be able to utilize that on a much higher, more fun level. Because right now, as an adult, you're able to have more discernment. You're able to use it for your highest and best. Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. Because when you're younger, you only see things from good and bad. You can't really see perspective as maturity that evolves. And if you can, envision yourself holding really tight that 8-year-old, giving her a hug and saying, I love you and I will always protect you. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. How does that make her feel? It's almost as if she needs that from you right now. She needs you to hold her. She needs to know that you're there for her. She needs to know that you hear her. And as you hear what her needs are and her desires are, then she'll be more open to hear others. But if she's not being heard, she doesn't want to hear about others. Who cares about others? Because she needs that love right now. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So what do you think she needs to hear that you're going to tell her right now? That you're going to protect her, that you're going to see that she's happy and surrounded by people who are loving and supportive and want her to see her find her happiness, and then each and every day that more and more positive, fabulous things happen, especially as you watch your kids and you start to play in the energy. It becomes exciting and fun.
Yeah. And that the ones that she felt,
uncomfortable,
the negative, even kids. That's why she was so shy, because she felt what those children were.
Mm-hmm. She was pretty on point. She was pretty on point.
So she was shy. She didn't want to open her mouth because those children, in their head, like, it's almost like a jealousy thing that they had, or they said mean things, or hair is a mess, or this or that, or something. So she never spoke, and she was shy. That it's okay. Those kids have their own issues and paths, and the more you stay positive, and the more you just ignore that, and be happy with yourself, better people will come to you.
We were talking about a little bit about synchronicities. Mm-hmm. And before you came here, you said you had stopped at a gas station. Mm-hmm. And when you were at a gas station, you weren't really hungry, but you were kind of noticing there's something here that's meant for me.
Yeah,
right?
Like I was like looking up and down the aisles, trying to like find something that like I want.
Right.
Because I feel like maybe I was like, I want something, but I'm not really hungry. I came in for the water and to get gas. So I was going up and down the aisle, and then I saw a little card.
Yeah.
It looks like
it was a precious card that showed the earth, and it showed like the light of all that is. And the light almost like a cross, where it's just really very peaceful. And what says on there, which was kind of fun, is soon you will know. Mm-hmm. You know, a new spirit of hope is entering the earth. So the essence of the essence of you really tuning into you.
Right.
You know, and I love the piece of it that I shall express hope, start a new life, the readiness to change direction, to create new in your life, because we're talking about the full moon last night and how
Right.
different things you've asked for.
Right. I don't know if I actually said that.
What?
I said that to you, right?
Yeah.
Earlier, yeah.
So, I mean, what was the thing that you asked for with the full moon?
I just was ready.
Go ahead.
I guess I was at a point, actually, I was at a point where I was very strong in letting them know like what I wanted and what I needed from them. And it was more of like that's it, I'm done. Like I don't want to do this alone anymore. I need your guidance. Spirit, I ask for my
Spiritual,
guides,
yeah.
my guides and my angels and divine source and my ancestors. Please, I'm ready now. I'm absolutely ready for you to show me the signs. Guide me. I need your help right now to guide me to the places I need to be, because I'm a little baffled. I want to make sure, and I'm ready for your help.
And what was really wild was the next morning you were in front of a mirror.
Well, that was that night.
That was that night.
I took a shower that night.
And so when you took a shower that night and you were looking in the mirror, and then all of a sudden what you started seeing yourself or projecting yourself as doing an interview.
Right. You know when you're a child and you
Yes.
you play dress up and you act things out. Well, I was being a child, and I just felt the need to like talk into the mirror, like act out what I was seeing. And I was acting out a situation where I was being interviewed. Now, I didn't really know why I was being interviewed. I have plans to do things, and maybe I would be interviewed, but
it was
it
just
wasn't
wild
something like,
in the sense where when you had spoken to me. Now, it was weird yesterday. I had noticed that you were going to come tonight, and to the psychic.
Right.
Yeah.
And you sent me the
Yeah. And I'm
I just
like,
clicked on it.
and then I'm like, well, I have a lot going on. Maybe, I'll make it for next week. And then I felt like I was supposed to be here.
That's the same exact feeling I had.
Right. So I when I hear something, I trust it. That you just trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. I couldn't ignore the
These
signs.
signs.
Yeah, when certain these signs are coming, and it's coming so fast and
Right.
and so in your face, I know now not to ignore them, because it's going to put me in a better place.
Yes.
I know it is.
Absolutely. So, all right, it says, can live free from fear of themselves or their brothers. So I feel that most people live today in fear.
Yes.
That as soon as they don't know somebody and they say something that they're not comfortable with, they shut down immediately. And I love with spirituality that when you get signs, you flow with it, you have a good time, magic happens.
Yeah.
So it's free to create from joy in their hearts.
Life becomes a lot more happier. I mean, I'm happier.
Yeah.
Now I'm able to accept things so much easier. Like when I'm, my car is always breaking down. My car is always like giving me trouble. I'm always having, these problems with situations that just don't go my way. Now, lately,
Right.
I used to
But
get
your
mad.
car and everything reflects how you're feeling. So if you feel on some way that you're broken or that things aren't, how can I say, aren't flowing,
The more I focused on that, the more
it happens in our
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
whether it's the car, things like that. And I remember before I got into spirituality, I had accident after accident that I should have died from. Should have died. Oh my God, smashing my head, internal bleeding, crazy things happening. And since I got into the spirituality, and things like, I don't even, thank you God, don't even get a ticket. Do you know what I mean?
No, yep.
So it's learning how to feel safe.
like something always happens. Like when I just didn't have money for lunch that day, and I was just like, oh, I really, I'm good. I'm really good. I just was happy. Like I just didn't let it bother me, and I just looked in the parking lot. I walked outside. I was okay, and a $20 bill was sitting on the ground.
There you go.
Like there was just little things like
To
that.
know that you're always taken care of.
Yeah.
Always
just
somehow,
trust that I'm
some
going
way.
to be taken care of,
That's it.
and not focus on the bad. I'm not. I mean, This is a new thing
Well,
for me. Like I'm learning to do this now.
You know, you never stop learning. You're always evolving until you die. And trusting and things like that. It's at every moment it's allowing yourself, you know, and even if you don't for that moment, it's like, okay, what's holding me back? All right, I'm going to let that go. You know, and as well as knowing that if something doesn't happen the way you expect it to, it's for a good reason. That it's going to prevent you from something or get you where you really want to go. So you might miss on this opportunity, but the next opportunity is even better.
Right. Or that could have helped someone else, and then it's just now you're going to swing around. It's going to help you in another way too. Like
That's right.
It's all one big, like, perfect plan.
It is.
Yeah, it's a perfect plan.
I feel so blessed we connected.
I know. I love you.
I love you too. And I feel that there's so many people that can identify with you and the things that you've gone through and the relationship aspects and the new relationship aspects and you realizing soulmates, they're people that come in, sometimes they come out, sometimes they come back in, sometimes new ones come back in. And it's all the essence of these are people that are meant to help us evolve.
Yeah. And to acknowledge them and love them for the lessons that they taught you, whether good or like you in the moment it might have been bad, but they taught you something that you can now use in the future, and just to thank them, say thank you.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you for teaching me that.
And learning unconditional love.
Yeah, that's part of the love, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if you'd be comfortable with doing a beautiful process, and if you wouldn't mind closing your eyes.
Okay.
And as you close your eyes, you focus on your breath. And as you focus on your breath, you feel yourself breathing in through your nose, all the way down to just below your belly button. And releasing out your mouth, letting go. And then breathing in, all the way down, and releasing. Allowing the light of all that is, filling your lungs, your abdomen, and cleansing and clearing. And envision a beautiful light from the heavens, as if the clouds just separated, and a beautiful light shined down to the top of your head, and you start to feel this incredible warmth. And as you notice and you feel the warmth of that light right at the top of your crown, you feel everything that might have been there, all the old memories, anything that is not for the highest and best, start melting away. Allowing yourself to clear space, clear room, so you can allow the divine guidance of all that is to become clearer and clearer. And now that light is going to your third eye and expanding right through you to your pineal gland. Allowing that pineal gland to awaken, to start functioning at the most beautiful, fullest capacity for you to feel so alive, so free. Allowing that beautiful light of all it is to travel down your throat. And as it travels down, you feel that warmth. And you feel the muscles in your throat start to relax. and your throat start to open. And now that you feel that you're more at ease to speak and project your truth like never before, allowing that light to follow down into your heart, and that light start pulsing along with your heart, and allowing your heart to feel stronger, connecting to that light. And we're going to let that light stay in your heart. Keep pumping. Awakening, freeing that soul, that spirit. And then we're going to allow from the bottom of our feet to feel as if roots are starting to sprout. Feeling yourself connecting to Mother Earth. And as those roots sprout, it feels exciting to go through the soil, through the stones, through the earth, right down to the core of Mother Earth. And then you start to feel her heartbeat. And you send her love. You send her gratitude and appreciation and how Gaia, Mother Earth, supports the oceans and the mountains, the four-legged ones, the two-legged ones, us. Supporting the trees. And you feel her heartbeat become so strong and so beautiful that she starts to send a beautiful green light of love into your roots. She goes through the stones and the soil right to the bottom of your feet, and you feel that green healing light travel up through your toes, through your ankles, up your calves, through your legs, to the base of your spine, feeling that beautiful green loving light. And as you feel that green loving light, you start to realize that each step you take is safe for you because you're supported by her and how she loves you. And allowing that light to come a little higher. And she heals different aspects to allow you to fulfill all the passions and desires you've always had, letting you know it's safe for you to experience life the way you've always dreamed it to be. Feeling that beautiful green healing light coming a little further up. And that light she's sending to you for you to see yourself healthy, happy, vibrant, beautiful, and to know that is your real truth. Everything else is an illusion. Seeing yourself filled with joy and seeing that when you look in the eyes of others, that you send that joy, that you are that beautiful healing light, allowing the green light of Mother Earth and the white light of all that is flow through your heart, swirling, feeling more alive, more connected with Mother Earth, Father God, the essence of all that is, and know that you're one with all that is. And see yourself as that light expands around you in all directions, sending that light the people in your life, to your family, to your friends, to the people you work with.
I'm sorry.
No, you're beautiful. Allowing that light to flow around the earth and seeing the earth being surrounded in a beautiful green and white light. Seeing the earth feel peace, feel love, and feel the protection of all that is, and know that each and every day life is getting better and better for all of us. Knowing that you are a beautiful beacon of light, and with love and gratitude to all that is. Feeling lighter and freer, freer and lighter. And when you're ready, you start to feel your toes, feeling awakened like never before. Feeling more connected to your body, to your breath. And when you're ready to open your eyes,
Sorry.
how you doing, Bobby?
Good.
Yeah,
And then I felt like it was like something needed to come out, but
that was good. Yeah,
it was
it's
like
a freeing.
I had to get it out. But yeah,
How was it?
good.
Yeah, you were able to connect with it?
yeah, and at a certain point, it was like the green healing light turned into more of like leaves in a tree, and it was, you know, I was part of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How beautiful is that?
it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, new growth.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow. It's been an amazing few hours with you.
Yeah. Has it been hours?
It has. Even though I feel like I know you lifetimes.
I know. Yeah. We have.
Yeah, yeah. And I just feel this beautiful sense of inner peace and yet gratitude,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Gratitude to have met you, to be able to share the process, to hopefully tap into somebody that might also have gained in hearing what they needed to hear for their highest and best as well.
Yes.
So what has this day done for you? What do you feel?
This day has been like an amazing day. Actually, everything that's happened today, it just felt like it was It was just flowing. It was just flowing. Like I can't explain it. It was like I didn't need to. Actually, this is the first time I stopped trying to control.
Right.
Like I put the intent in, but I let it. I didn't try to control it. Like
Yeah.
I let it go, and then it just flowed nicely. So I did learn something today. Like just to let it flow.
All right, so Theresa, summarize how everything went today with Elle and about the two processes that she actually just did with you.
But
And
I just
it's not
trusted
that
her.
bad.
She just has an energy that I just felt love and trust. Like she
Right.
was not. She was here actually to help me and to help others. This wasn't just for her. Like I felt like she's really loving,
Right.
and it just put me at ease right away. And I was able to be myself. I wasn't trying to be anyone else. I just was talking, and I couldn't stop talking to her. Actually, I just kept on going. I just wanted to. I wanted to talk to her, and,
Right.
and she just. I don't know. She brought something out in me.
It was a lot that you had inside of you that you actually had to let out
Right.
and get it out.
And she was able to let me do that.
Right.
And when she was actually, this wasn't on camera too. She took me, showed me around, and into one of the rooms, and she showed me some of the other
Right.
regressions that she does and the energy in that room, and right away I was like, I just felt the energy in there, and I knew that that she's something special.
Yeah, that room you can feel.
Yeah.
You can definitely feel something there. Everybody does. I actually felt my father there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was something like that room does have something inside with the spiritual, the energy, like you said, everything is pretty, you know. So
And then
I
she
agree
did-
with you definitely.
And then here, she did the it's kind of regression. Yeah, that actually
The regression process. Explain that one.
that
As
was
she was going through it with you.
well, it at first I see I've always been one to put up a wall. So getting through to me was always kind of hard, even when I did past life regressions in the past. But when she asked me to go back, it kind of just it went so smoothly.
Small.
I was able to just get there. Like it was,
Right,
I was
right.
there, and it was healing. It was very healing.
So in the past,
Even that short period of time, it felt very healing coming out of it. It made me feel, you know, at peace.
in the
yeah.
past before, you know, when you were trying to let it out, it seemed a lot harder, like you said. But with her, it just felt comfortable. You were able to just come right out of your skin and.
I think because maybe you used the right word, trying. I was trying.
Now,
I'm
the
still
last
trying to
time
figure it
that you did it, were you more sentimental about it and that, or were you more?
I think because I was trying to control it instead of just feeling it and letting God and you know, the divine take care of it. And I was trying to, you know, push it, and I was trying to. I was using my mind more than my heart and my spirit. So
that's great. So you definitely got a lot out of it today,
yes,
which was
all
great.
around, yeah.
Yeah. Now, how about the other process that she had done?
So, that was a cleansing.
The cleansing.
That was different than going back.
The
That was
regression,
healing. That was
okay.
healing my emotions. This was like just connecting me. I feel like
Okay.
it was connecting me to source, it was aligning.
Okay.
It was aligning myself to be connected to God, and
So they both kind of felt different.
they were different. They were both healing, but healing in
but
different ways.
different
Yeah.
in different ways and stuff. I got you.
But both very.
Powerful.
It gives you peace. Gives you peace. Yeah,
Right.
powerful. Gives you peace and uplifting. It makes you feel good.
Stimulating. It was. I got you. I see what you're saying. As long as that's the main thing, is that you felt good.
Yeah.
That you went through these two processes, and that you felt comfortable, you felt relaxed, and you didn't mind speaking what you felt about it, and how you went when you went through it. Did it feel like you're going through like a tunnel? And how did it feel?
No, it didn't feel like a tunnel. It felt like more of a blending. I don't know, more of a warmth and blending, and like you're one.
Well, the reason why I brought up tunnel is because my grandmother was one of my favorite grandmothers. When she passed away, right? Before she passed away, she, how can I say, they thought she was dead, but she wasn't. And she always came back and said, when she went up there, she went through the tunnel, she said it was a whole bunch of lights and different things. And when she got to the end of that tunnel, he told her he didn't want her. And then that's when she came back. Now, the crazy thing is that you know, I didn't really believe with the spirituality, like I told you.
Yeah, right.
But my grandmother, the one I was always with, that was her whole life. And I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I just found that out recently because my mother had just recently told me that. But I had no clue or nothing. But I always did see the saints, and I did see, you know, she did have a place where she worshiped and things like that. But and it wasn't putting two and two together.
So it helped you open up to it when
Yeah.
you are exposed to it now again.
Right. So recently, when my mother told me that, I was like, oh wow. I was like, you know what? I didn't know that. I said it was something that triggered me and hit me like I was surprised because I didn't know that for years, and all of a sudden it comes out this year, you know,
Well,
and actually, it did come out. I have to say, when I had met Elle, but I've known Elle for a long time, but I'm saying, as we started working together and doing different things and stuff like that.
You were feeling her energy with all.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, and it was. I tell you, it was surprising. It really was.
God and spirits and the spirituality. It's very subtle at times. You have to like listen.
Yeah. And wait, you said you went to Catholic school too, right?
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school for a while also and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then when I got older, that's when I started going to public school and things like that. But in Catholic school, they teach us a lot about a lot
It's
of different
different.
things.
But it's different. But
it is.
It is.
It's definitely a different.
I only went to third grade,
Did you?
but yeah,
But it's totally different.
yeah.
Anyway,
But
you
my
look at it.
grandmother is devout Catholic, and she's
Oh yeah.
yeah, she
Yeah, we're all
loves
Catholic,
God,
yeah.
and she's an amazing person. Though she's the most loving woman.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? Turns out to be that all grandmothers are like. Because my grandmother, the other one that just passed away too, she was amazing. They were both amazing grandmothers. The only reason why I brought that grandmother up was because that was the one that was into the spirituality. Plus, that was the one that used to take care of me when I was younger, when my parents had to work and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. But my other grandmother, she was amazing. You know, she was amazing. She like some 93 years old.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
She enjoyed life here then.
Oh yeah. And she always enjoyed life. And you know what? The stories that she even told me that when she was younger, you would think that she probably could have been the most rebellious person,
Yeah.
and she was not it
No.
at all. At all. She was one of the sweetest women in the world. She liked everybody. There wasn't somebody that she didn't even like. You know, she always found something good in a person, and that's how she was. All right, so now that we're summing it up, what do you feel was your most important lesson that you learned tonight?
To that it's okay to let go and trust that God, the divine, whatever resonates with you, that they're there and they're going to take care of you. That you don't have to have control of every aspect of your life. It's just love and trust in them, and it'll flow nice.
And things after a while they'll work out and stuff like
and
that.
today was like like exactly what I asked for last night. I'm like, give it to me, like really hit me hard with it. Like I want to see. I don't want to see subtle signs. I want to see it. I want to see like I want to know that those signs are indefinite signs. And they really today they pretty much slapped me in the face and said, "Here you go. Like we're giving it to you. I'm giving it to you hard."
Great. No, but that's
like
great.
I can't deny it at all that this was absolutely a plan.
So you feel a whole different type of energy right now running through your body, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Elle.
It's your life.
Come join us.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Age of New